Before I begin talking about Rue, I'd like to thank its Leafy Wolf Leaf for this awesome new avatar to the channel, as well as my coffee donators for supporting Zeebo Gaming's channel. Santa Solver Rue is a hero that is created around the theme of Christmas with heavy references to the Terminator movies. She's very voluptuous and she seemed like a really scary beast in the video intro. However, is Rue worthy of your investments? Let us find out together in today's video on how worthy is Rue potentially. We will evaluate Rue based on the below format. We will look at her story, stats, skills, and exclusive weapon. We will then be playtesting the hero to see her strengths and weaknesses in attack animations. There will also be some PvE, Colosseum, and arena analysis, and I'll be ending off this video with my final thoughts and opinions on this hero. Rue is Santa's helper, which aids Santa in present sending on Christmas. She's a werewolf, which is a deer human that existed since ancient times. Although she is fierce and cynical at times, her personality becomes a complete opposite when it comes to solving Santa's issues. She used to be a crybaby, but the sweet candy in her mouth will always cheer her up, and this is illustrated by the piece of candy in her mouth. Rue's real name is called Rudolph the Weirdeer. Santa Solver Rue is 7 in terms of attack, 2nd in terms of defense, 8 in terms of crit hit chance, and 14 in terms of HP. Her party buff is Earth attack plus up to 50%, and she has 2 abilities for her normal attack. The first one is Point Blank Shot, which shoots a powerful shotgun and prioritizes ranged damage dealers or enemies in the backline. She also has a charge ability which causes her to charge at the enemy and reduces attack by 30% for 4 seconds when she makes contact. When charged, she procs her special ability which reduces all incoming damage by 30% for 4 seconds as well. Her chain skill, Give Bulk Launch, deals 420% DPS at the enemy. And from her kit, she seems like a really tanky unit who is designed to deal with heavy backline hitters as she prioritizes backline under any AI control setting. This is important in Colosseum, and we will touch on this topic as we move on to the Colosseum analysis later. Her EX weapon, Terminator, buffs Rue's HP, defense, and skill damage further. This makes her an even scarier tank nuker. At the same time, when targets are hit by Rue's attack within a 2 tile radius, damage is increased further by 10%. Her weapon skill, Slay Air Support, deals up to 245% DPS while having a regen time of 9.5 seconds, which is the average weapon skill regen time. Her normal attack fires a shotgun that can penetrate both walls and terrains. Even though she is a warrior, Rue's attack deals ranged damage. The normal attacks are kinda slow, but she is able to move while using the normal attack. Her charge attack covers a 4 to 5 block radius and will apply the negative debuff upon contact. Her weapon skill calls down an airstrike which launches in 2 phases. The weapon skill is homing on the target, and it usually takes 2 to 3 weapon skill to crowd control the target. Moving on to the Colosseum and arena analysis, Rue is not that overpowered in Colosseum. However, she does have a niche due to her ability to charge at the backlines, and that is to be a backline slayer. Specifically, her biggest victims are Garum and Marina if you manage to see them due to elemental disadvantages as well as Garum's Papal-themed defenses. Therefore, you can see a significant drop in Garum teams as players are adopting to use the tankier Bari alternative to deal with the backline charging Rue. In short, Rue is not that meta for Colosseum, but her niche to deal with the backlines under AI controlled setting keeps her relevant in the meta, especially when they are meta water damage dealers. This makes Rue an unique existence in the hero pool as she could remain very relevant in the Colosseum meta for a very long time. Moving on to the arena, Rue is not that fantastic in the arena for a few simple reasons. Number 1 is the limited benefit that it could build around her party buff, as having 2 units of the same element in the arena could cripple you hard if you encounter a counter element. So in this case, if you meet up with a fire unit when you have 2 earth units in the arena, could cripple you hard in the matchup. Therefore, it's hard to get 2 earth units in the arena in order to fully maximize her party buff benefits. It's not impossible, but not beneficial in an optimal team setup. Number 2 reason is because Rue's attacks are relatively slow and it's very easy to outrun her. Her weapon skill not being instant also means that she does not chain the opponent down as fast as some of the other weapon skills such as Bari's weapon skill or Marina's weapon skill. Therefore, in a 1v1 setting, it will be much harder to lock down on the opponent before Rue being chained down in the arena. Make no mistake, Rue is a great 1v1 hero on paper, but I feel that she does not fit in that well in the current meta as she is more of a range and water element slayer, and the current meta is still very melee favored with very little water element to be seen running around. As for PvE, Rue has very similar stats distribution to Marina, and being a tanky unit that can deal decently high damage output, Rue is a good unit in PvE settings. However, putting Rue as one of your secondary unit will also allow you to prioritize range units when fighting in certain maps, which could be useful as well. Even though I say that she works very similarly to Marina, she is less flexible in terms of team building due to her party buff as well as her chain skill. Therefore, I won't pick her if I'm considering on building more holistic heroes to have better flexibility in my team building. Below are some reasons to invest or pull for Rue, the Centaur Solver. In conclusion, Rue is a high S tier for me in the PvP setting. She's your best answer for Garum in the Colosseum, and she's definitely able to deal with water units very easily under a 1v1 setting in the arena. She's also a S tier for PvE for me simply because she's quite limited in terms of team building, and I'm not a big fan of limiting my team building options. Her niche of backline slaying is very special, and only time will tell if this niche will stand the test of time. So how worthy is Rue potentially? Rue is definitely a worthy unit to invest in if you're looking to have variety in your hero pool, as the backline slaying niche could become really useful in the future. However, there are countless other powerful earth units in the hero pool, and one of the queens of damage dealing, who is Bari, is still very prevalent in the current meta. So if you really love earth units, then Rue will definitely be a great addition to your team. However, if you already have other powerful earth units, I'll recommend a skip on this banner. In short, Rue is a hero with Marina-like stats distribution and the ability to rush in and deal with the backline attackers very easily. That means that she will always have some viability in the Colosseum and arena, and she will offer some values in this aspect. But I think she will not make a big splash unlike other powerful units such as Future Princess or Ogma because of her kit. And I'll be skipping on Rue as I personally am not a big fan of mono element party buff because it will restrict my team building choices in the coming future. Will you invest in Centaur Solver Rue after watching my video? Do let me know in the comment section down below, and before ending this video, I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and hope that Santa has bring you all the gifts that you have wished for. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell in order to see more videos from Zibo Gaming. And I'll see you in my next video.